That's the first-time home buyers. Now, with that credit, they do have to pay it back. It is paid back starting in 2010, and they pay a percentage back on their tax return over 15 years. The new provision was signed, and that's also called the first-time home buyers credit. And that provision allows for $8,000 credit on the return. But if you maintain and keep the home for more than 36 months, you do not have to pay it back. So that's the change between last year and this year. Now, that change is a little bit different because if you purchased a home from January through December of this year, you qualify for that. After January 31st, actually, 2009, you qualify for that credit. Anything before, you qualify for the old credit. So if you purchased in 2008, you have to pay it back at this time. If you purchased in 2009, you don't have to pay it back if you get the credit. It's really weird. It's an IRS thing.
That's a little...
It's just a Congress thing, actually, but we just have to implement it.
I guess one of the requirements, you have a maximum of $150,000
for married filing joint
return.
And $75,000 for if you're single.
And it's a 10%
of the cost of the home.
Or $7,500, whichever is the greater of the two, or whichever is the lesser of the two.
Whichever is the lesser of the two.
I see. And then you pay it over a course of 15 years.
Oh, you pay it over a course of 15 years, and you start paying on your 2010 tax return.
And how do you pay? Is it like...
you're going to pay it through your tax return. Every year on your tax return, you put down a portion of how much you owe. So let's say you get the whole $7,500. Every year you have to pay back $500. Now that's the one enacted if you bought the home between April and December of 2008.
Okay.
Which is it's a good idea. It helps people pay for their home.
Sure. I guess it's I never heard of that.
That's okay.
Now, as far as the earned income tax credit and the child tax credit, are there been any changes to those programs?
Well, there's been a slight change. With the earned income tax credit, what happens with that is it's going to do a temporary increase so that those who are receiving the earned income credit, they will receive more earned income credit. It's going to change so that if you understand the earned income credit, it was for 2 or more children. Now we've increased it. It's going to be temporary, from what I understand, for 3 or more children. And it's going to increase the amount of earned income credit that people receive. Now, in reference to the child tax credit, but that's not this year now. Not when they file their 2009 return. It's not going to be when they file their 2008. When they file their 2009 return. What also is going to happen is with the child tax credit, everyone gets $1,000 per child. But with the child tax credit, it is not. It's really strange, but it's refundable when we call it the additional child tax credit, and we're changing it so that more people will be eligible to receive the refund portion on the additional child tax credit portion of the credit. So therefore, more people will be able to receive a refund on the credit. That's how we're changing that one. Kind of different. I mean, it helps out a lot the way they set it up, but it does allow some people to get some money in hand.
And is that going to be only for 2009?
Well, at this present time, they're saying 2009, and I will confirm it's 2009 and 2010. I'll let you know.
Okay. And we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue talking with Ms. Perry about some of the programs with the IRS and some of the changes that are going through for this new coming year of 2009. Stay tuned, please. And welcome back to our city. I'm Oscar Ocasio, filling in for Mayor Bowles this evening. This evening, we're talking with Ms. Denise Perry from the IRS, and we're talking about some of the packages in the stimulus program related to the IRS. And we left off talking about the earned income tax credit. I think one of the things that we didn't discuss is who is eligible for this type of credit.
Generally, eligibility for the credit, you can be single if you're making under $12,000. If you're married filing jointly, you can be single with no children under $12,000. There's different levels. We like to say, or just to wrap it up, if you have 2 or more children, you're making under $42,000, you're eligible for the credit. If you're single with no children and you're making under $14,000, you're eligible for the credit. What occurs is it is a refundable credit. It is not included in income, and you do not have to have paid taxes or have a liability to file your return. So we encourage all who may be eligible to apply for the credit. For more information about the credit, they can always go to the IRS website, at www.irs.gov, or they can always call the United Way 211 hotline. Their individuals on the phone are eligible and very knowledgeable in telling you about the credit.
Now, all of these programs that we talked about, they're all on the IRS website, so people can access and take their time to read it and really
Yes.
get a better understanding of what they are.
Yes, they are.
And these all apply for 2009. These are
Many
not,
apply for 2009. The only thing that would be eligible for 2008 would be a portion of the first home buyer's credit. People are eligible for that. We talked about the make work pay, and that would be from your employer. And on your 2009 return, if you do not have an employer. But yes, most of it is going to be on the 2009 tax return.
Okay, we talked about the programs that are available to the general public, but we also have a program with the IRS, the City of Elizabeth. We have a joint partnership, and it's a good opportunity that you came here at this time of the year to tell folks that, because we've been getting the word out through other means, but it's nice to get people to hear it on the television,
Right.
which is probably one of the largest medium that we have available. And it's the Vitae Program. Maybe you could talk about that.
Yes, the Vitae Program stands for the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. We do work very closely with the mayor's office in the city. He runs a program in the city at two of the senior centers. One is the Stephen Sampson Senior Center, and the other is the Senior Center on Elizabeth Avenue, which is Liberty Square. Exactly. And to order to attend or go to one of the sites to get assistance, you have to have under $42,000 in income. They don't do complicated returns, very simple returns for individuals to help with the taxes. You can call the following number, which is 908-820-4026, and say you'd like an appointment to go to the site. If you're unable to reach one of those sites, there's also return preparation available at the public library, offered through AARP as well as the community access. So you may also go there for return prep. So the city does offer free tax return prep for individuals.
And that's a program that we've been doing with the IRS now for several years.
Oh, for quite a while. I believe I've been working with you in that for actually more than 5 years. It's been a while, and it's working very well.
And the turnout's been bigger every year.
Every year. It's fantastic. Many of the residents come out and use the program. You have residents who work the program as well as non-residents, and the volunteers love it. We had a show, we did it with the mayor, I guess, last month about this time. And we had two of the volunteers on, and they explained the program. And anyone can become a volunteer if they wish to. They can contact the mayor's office. We start training in November. We'd love to have as many people as possible who feel they'd like to help their community in preparing returns.
Are these returns done electronically or paper?
By electronically. We use all the computers. Everything's done electronically. Therefore, if there's a refund, as long as the return's transmitted, everything's accepted, people should get their refund within 10 to 14 days deposited to their bank accounts.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you've heard the information. If you're making under $42,000 here in the City of Elizabeth, you're able to get your taxes done for free. And the three sites that are available is the Sampson Center, which is on Anna Street, the Liberty Square Center, which is on Elizabeth Avenue, and you can also get it done through the AARP at the Elizabeth Library.
Yes.
And if you want additional information, or if you need to make an appointment to get your tax forms done, you can contact 820-4026 to make an appointment to get your taxes done.
Yes.
Free. And as we said earlier, if you want additional information regarding any of these programs that the IRS now has, you can access their website at
www.irs.gov. Actually, put in any search engine, and in reference to the new economic stimulus, there are hotkeys for the recovery. So just hit the button.
Great. Ms. Perry, I want to thank you once again for being with us this evening.
I appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you soon.